Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and we are going to talk about the twin astrology forecast for the week ahead. We will dig in with some cards after we talk about the astrology. Welcome Sagittarius season, so happy birthday to all of my followers who have Sagittarius placements. It is your month. I do feel we are in store for a very powerful week of energies coming up as we kind of go further into Sagittarius season. We have a lot of energies coming forward this week in order to wake up the divine masculine to this heightened connection, to this very beautiful experience that the counterparts share. And although the energies this week can seem quite challenging, we really need to be grateful for any challenges because it really is to support us on our pathway to embracing unconditional love. So I do feel a lot of heightened awareness in the energies this week. This really is a time of deep purification for the twins as we prepare for this reunion in February of 2022. So you might be seeing synchronistic numbers with the twos, 222. So pay attention to that because it really is about crossroads energy, decision time, and you know, it really is about solidifying partnerships. So if you have not met your twin yet, odds are you will be encountering them for the first time over the next couple months. This is a period of time where we are asked to really purify our energy and to come into alignment. So when we do come together, it will be a long-lasting union. So I do feel we're all being asked to go deep within any distortions, any inner issues, to clear blocks that have been put in our way when it comes to this connection. So go deep within some childhood wounds. Allow yourself to feel that fear of abandonment and any past heartbreaks. Release any feelings of unworthiness because I do feel a lot of this is being brought to our attention this week in order for us to confront it once and for all and to heal and clear the past. And as we become fully open to this connection, it will allow us to attract our counterpart with ease. I do feel reunion energy is coming, and when it is stemming around that runner twin, I do feel they're going to be experiencing a lot of chaotic issues this week, stemming around past hurts and any fear-based issues. So be aware of deflection in the energies this week because the planetary alignments really are pushing us to be ready for this experience. We have Venus trine Mars and Neptune this week, which is bringing up a lot of challenges with Uranus and Saturn, especially stemming around the masculine counterpart. So I do feel the masculine is being strongly guided to reach out to the divine feminine at this time, and they are likely being redirected from these toxic old habits and these negative behaviors, facing these challenges from Saturn and Uranus in retrograde. And I feel the masculines are going to feel very blocked this week in order for them to approach their life from a higher perspective. I do feel the masculine is definitely going through a lot of shifts when it's stemming around their perspective in order to open up their heart and their soul to this union. And I do feel the masculine is going deep within these past experiences this week, which the ego has resisted when it comes to the unawakened masculine. And this is going to create a lot of complications in order to open up the masculine to their higher self, whether they realize this or not. So I do feel a lot of challenges, which is supporting the divine feminine to embrace her higher self and to really come into union of self. So with Sagittarius season, it really is a very optimistic energy. Sagittarius is all about expansion. So over the next month, we're all kind of being pushed to learn our lessons, to learn from these past mistakes, to go deep within these wounds, these old scars that really have been blocking us from stepping into unconditional love. So I do feel this is a week full of breakthroughs when it comes to our limitations, when it comes to our current reality. If we are able to filter out the negative and to bring love back into this connection. So today we have the moon in Cancer, which is all about home and family. And I do feel it is this energy with the moon sextile Uranus in Taurus. It's this energy of culmination, fulfillment, illumination, and a realization when it comes to this experience. And this is stemming around our home life. The energy can be quite overwhelming, and I do feel it is illuminating those that have been dependent on us. And I do feel get ready for some emotional fluctuations over the next couple days, because we're all being pushed to learn forgiveness and to avoid depression and to avoid going into any bitterness, because our perception can be very subjective in the energies, and we need to create distance from these codependent people without embracing any bitterness. So with Uranus and Taurus, I think get prepared to experience great and sudden changes stemming around finance and stability in home lives that are unstable, because Uranus in the 9th house is suggesting a lot of confusion and changes, especially in the area of higher thought when it comes to religion and philosophy. So I do feel progression in the energy today as the masculine is tapping into his intuitive ideas. And I feel the mind is not going to be hindered when it comes to this higher thought processing. And we do need to be willing to give up negative habits and traditions that just aren't serving us, stepping into new earth energies. The moon sextile Uranus is a very harmonious aspect that really is triggering this need for emotional independence and freedom from toxic family environments. So I do feel this really is pushing the masculine to step forward and live this unconventional life with the divine feminine. And it is going to trigger this separation from society complex, and be prepared to experience some deep and stormy emotions and some mood swings in the energy. The midpoints between the sun and the moon is in Virgo at 21 degrees 33, which is mastering those divine Akashic codes. So tomorrow on Tuesday, we do have the sun opposition the North Node, Sag opposition Gemini, and we also have the moon trine Mars and Neptune, as well as opposition Pluto. So this really is going to trigger the need for security, emotional security. And this is going to push the masculine to restore a sense of responsibility in his life, I feel. And it is likely going to encourage the masculine to engage in this esoteric movement with the divine feminine for the betterment of humanity. So I feel with Mars in Scorpio at 16 degrees 13 and the moon in Scorpio at 16 degrees 13, this is tower energy, death, rebirth, and transformation. And with Mars in Scorpio in the 12th house, where we bury our karma, and the 12th house also in Scorpio at 9 degrees 39, I feel this is going to trigger the masculine to take desired action from his subconscious thought process. And I feel it really is going to push the masculine to understand that he truly does have a spiritual mission this life. And I do feel the masculine is going to take action in secret, especially through the subconscious mind. With the moon opposition Venus, it can create a lot of confusion between real feelings and emotional needs, especially stemming around choosing a romantic partner. So I do feel the masculine fears having to compete for love of the divine feminine, which is in turn going to allow him to problem solve a little bit easier, and stilling the masculine to be willing to compromise, which there has been a deep lack of. And I do feel the masculine really is being pushed to openly express himself towards the divine feminine. There is without a doubt this need for interdependence within all of our relationships at this time. And it is a need to search for those states of transcendence, to step into this esoteric movement within the collective, to stop self-sacrificing and to be aware of those that have been taking advantage of us. So I do feel the masculine really has gotten himself into a sticky situation, and I do feel the catalyst energy this week will have a profound impact on the masculine's personal life in order to trigger these significant changes based on his past experiences. So I feel this energy of acceptance coming through for the masculine, because the midpoint between the ascendant and the 10th house is in Libra at 22 degrees 19, which is mastering the lower ego and stepping into service, because we do have the ascendant in Scorpio that day as well at 29 degrees 17. That closing of the cycles is really coming full circle this week. So on Wednesday, on the 24th, we do have Mercury entering into Sagittarius as well. And we also have the moon opposition Pluto. So with this Mercury in Sag, it is about scattering those seeds. It is about distribution of the collective energies. It is about teaching and sharing and going into some deep introspection. With Mercury in Sag, it is this energy of like lighting a fire under the divine masculine's ass, really forcing them to make these quick changes and to create balance in their life. I do feel a lot of intelligence, a lot of Akashic intelligence being restored as the masculine focuses his soul towards the divine feminine and reaching that goal of union. With Mercury in the 10th house, our midhaven, this is all about achieving goals and instilling strong ambitions. And I do feel the masculine is being pushed to express himself towards the feminine in order to achieve success and recognition. With the moon opposition Pluto, this is without a doubt going to evoke deep-seated feelings that have been repressed below the surface, and it is going to complicate things a little bit. I do feel, once again, that the masculine energy really is in a bad toxic relationship, and this is stemming from the relationship with themselves. And I feel the masculine is having a lot of trouble accepting this energy. With the midpoint on Wednesday, with the sun and the moon in Libra at 1 degrees 11, 111, that is instant manifestation energies. And with the midpoint in the 8th house of transformation, I think get ready for the final closing of these unions to commence. It is the ending of the false contracts this week. And although Sagittarius energy can be fun and very positive, we really need to use our discernment stemming around who we can trust. I do feel with Mercury in Sagittarius, along with the sun in Sag, this really is opening up the gateways of communication, open, honest communication, if you are in the flow. So it is about trusting your intuition. It is about inspiring that higher perspective and to move into alignment to be able to attract what it is that we've been deeply longing for. So be willing to be open to instant miracles this week, Divine Feminine, because love truly is in focus with a rare conjunction between Venus and Pluto this week. So this is a very powerful shift when it is stemming around love. And I feel this week is going to be very impactful when it comes to these deep soul connections in order to pave the way and ground the energy to create heaven on earth. So I feel major recalibrations in the energies, and we truly are preparing to anchor these unions in 3D. So you might be experiencing states of euphoria and bliss as we tap into this spiritual love and this spiritual connection. Do pay attention to your dreams. I do feel a lot of interaction in dream space this week. So embrace that immense blissful feeling of oneness with your counterpart and with God source energy, because I do feel we are preparing for that physical union. On Thursday, November 25th, we do have an opposition between Mercury and the North Node, and we also have an opposition between the Moon in Leo and Saturn in Aquarius. So with Mercury and Sag in the 12th house, this is going to affect our subconscious mind. It is really going to bring up all of these past experiences to the surface, and decisions are going to need to be made in this energy. I feel a lot of secrecy coming to the surface. I feel public exposure stemming around what's been hidden in the shadows. And I feel the masculine is lacking some self-confidence at this time. And even though he's good at hiding it, I do feel this is going to be exposed in the energy, especially with the North Node in the 6th house. It's going to be very irrational energy. It's going to bring up conflict stemming around fantasy, illusion, and reality. And there is a need for some adjustments to be made to stop self-sacrificing and to learn how to cope with this energy in order to come back into fulfillment. So I feel beware of those you are connected with that are very unreliable, that encourage you escaping the world through addictions and masking this pain, because it is about going deep within this feeling in order to release it, to restore our creativity when it comes to our creative abilities in co-creation with God's source energy. So I feel it's really going to highlight where you've been neglecting, stepping into your North Node, stepping into your spiritual path, your life path. And although it can be so easy to find excuses and reasons to not focus on the future, it's really time to drop these defensive attitudes, because we cannot cling to things that keep us at a disadvantage. It really is time to release. And with the moon in Leo at 8 degrees 32, opposition Saturn, our strict teacher, in Aquarius at 8 degrees 32. With the moon in Leo, these people don't like changes. They have a deep-seated fear of stepping into new experiences. I feel clinging to security, and there is a need to release that fear. You cannot stay stuck in the past. Although roots are very important, it's time to reach a deeper level of happiness. With the moon opposition Saturn, I feel it is difficult to express your feelings in that energy. The karmic energy really has been hiding behind a mask, trying to create a stable home and feel safe in this artificial foundation. And I feel the karmic really is sinking into these depressing energies. And I do feel the karmic is going to be triggered. They're feeling like they've been wronged. And I do feel they're about to lash out and try to take karma into their own hands, which is not going to serve them well. It really is going to bring up a lot of radical changes, I feel, because the masculine is seeking to lead a respectable family life. And I do feel, you know, the environment that he's stuck in is no longer working for him. And I feel this energy is going to create great emotional tension, imbalance, and explosive emotions within the karmic contract in order for the masculine to embrace his emotional vulnerability. So on Friday the 26th, we do have Saturn sextile Chiron, and the moon will enter into Virgo. So with Chiron in the 10th house, this really is about going deep within our relationship to ourselves. Chiron truly is the wounded healer. We all have a Chiron wound within. And I do feel with this energy with Saturn, it really is about structure of self, discipline, stepping into maturity, stepping into honoring these lessons for what it is. And with this being our primal wound, it really is pushing us to embrace inner wholeness and healing. So with Chiron in Aries, it truly is about self-identity, self-actualization. And with Chiron in aspect to Saturn, this is all about rules and discipline. And I feel time is up. We do need to feel things deeply. We do need to step into maturity. And we cannot keep ignoring these emotions or this suffering. Maturity truly comes from developing realistic goals, stepping into honoring this wound, and grounding this energy in order to manage our feelings stemming around these past life wounds. So with Saturn opposition Chiron, this can bring up a lot of feelings of inadequacy. I feel a lot of fears stemming around rejection. And I feel the masculine deeply fears rejection from the feminine. And I feel all of these traumas really are stemming around past life family issues that are needing to be felt and healed, stemming around this inherited trauma that the twins, you know, have inherited. So I do feel family is without a doubt in focus. And love and safety is also in focus with that aspect, because although we all have family wounds and family pain, that does not have to define us moving forward. Sometimes we can get so easily trapped in the negativity, but we are here to pay back family debt, to redeem our family name, and to step into purpose. So we all have this responsibility to clear ancestral karma, especially on the twin flame journey. And the energy really is encouraging releasing. The positive trait when it comes to this aspect with Saturn and Chiron is that it can restore your compassion for humanity. And I do feel it is pushing the masculine to step into being that great spiritual teacher with the feminine. On the negative side of that, because we are in a dualistic world, it is going to trigger these feelings of not feeling good enough. You are likely to experience distress, hardship, and facing a lot of spiritual tribulations, which will provoke the masculine pushing past these limitations. It is going to awaken the masculine's unrealized potential from deep within. And I do feel with the moon entering Virgo at 21:12 in the evening, so that's a palindrome energy, that is going to be activating a lot of the North Node placements within the collective. So safety is going to be related to order and clarity, especially when it comes to our emotional body. So it is going to push the masculine, those with their North Node in Virgo, to organize their life, to accept any imperfections, and to really go deep within their dark side. I feel the masculine is terrified to face this dark mirror, and I feel this really is stemming around a toxic mother wound that the masculine has been denying himself. I feel great emotional intensity stemming around these hidden repressed emotions stemming around a mother wound. And I feel the masculine has been deep in hermit mode. Virgo is the hermit, solitary energy. And the masculine really is learning to trust in this energy, to allow it to run its course organically, and to accept everything at face value, because the masculine really is going to experience a lot of upheaval when it comes to his financial affairs this week. Money and material matters really have been the masculine's main focus. And because of that, he's about to experience a tower, because money does not equal emotional security. And I do feel the masculine really has been cunning and greedy with his money and, with this material comfort. And this financial difficulty really is going to trigger this insecurity and have strong impacts within those false contracts. I do feel with the North Node square the moon, this really is demanding emotional safety, and the masculine is deeply seeking affection in the energy. And this really is going to irritate the masculine and highlight where he has hesitated stepping into his lunar node, and where the masculine really has been deeply dissatisfied all of his life, falling back into those South Node negative repetitive patterns. So on Sunday, November 28th, with the Sun conjunct Mercury, this is really going to trigger the masculine to restore some strong roots within his family life. And I do feel it is encouraging the masculine and sparking this strong urge to step forward to protect the divine feminine and to maintain strong family values. And although this is not going to be easy, this is going to have a strong impact for the betterment when it comes to the masculine coming forward. With Mercury and Sag in the fourth house truly is all about home, family, roots, a deep sense of emotion, and a deep sense of self-worth. And I do feel there is going to be a little bit of conflict coming up for the masculine when it comes to his lack of objectivity to see things from the higher perspective or from the outside. It really is this reality check energy, this revision, this cleansing energy, and this integration process, because Pluto is going to be in the 7th house that day, and Pluto is all about death, transformation, rebirth, and this can lead to deep complications in the false contracts. So it is likely that the masculine is going to embrace changes this week, release this stubborn conflict, and I do feel this strong developed sense of justice needing to be restored, especially with the moon trine Pluto. So It is the masculine deeply craving a deep emotional experience with the divine feminine. And I feel this openness for the masculine to clearly express, you know, his love for the feminine at the cost of any conflicts and quarrels stemming around the karmic connections that he is entangled with. So strong emotions, emotional outbursts are very likely, and be prepared to have people in your life be illuminated that have used their feelings to emotionally control you or blackmail you. And there's going to be a lot of intensity in the energies. It really is about surprises this week. I feel the energy really is magnified and electric towards the feminine, which is going to bring some very beneficial shakeups within the false connections in order for the masculine to see clearly and to develop this connection that the counterpart shares. So I feel the masculine is going to start to see himself a little bit differently this week, to see himself in a more positive light, and to maybe start to get excited about the future again. So perhaps your masculine will be showing up, or it is quite possible a new soulmate connection could be entering your path, divine feminine. So be prepared for whatever unexpected energies the universe is throwing your way this week, because I don't think it's going to be what you expected. And I feel we all kind of need to stay open and to be transparent in all of our communications as we flow through the energies this week. It really is about the divine feminine instilling those firm boundaries, using our discernment, because we really are preparing for grounding these connections. So be aware of any manipulative energies around you, because as we discard what's not for us, it allows us to attract our true counterpart when we stay grounded in that intention. So I do feel flames being reignited this week within these connections. And although the masculine has resisted commitment, I do feel they are willing to meet those needs with the divine feminine. It is this energy of all or nothing. If the masculine does not come back fully committed, I do feel the feminines will be walking, because it is about growth. It is about trusting in divine direction. It is about doing what we need to do to instill some alignment in our lives. And with all of this Mars energy, I do feel the masculine is likely to show up unexpectedly after going through all of these circumstances and chaos and conflict. So, you know, oppositions can be very hard aspects to deal with, but it's all in how we shift our perspective dealing with these challenges, because it is about releasing control. It is about stepping into unconditional love. And we cannot do that when we are in the energy of controlling everything around us. So be willing to face these unresolved traumas, because all of this baggage needs to be released for us to really embrace this ascension journey. So anchor in the codes that you are receiving. I feel a lot of codes coming in order to detoxify our energetic field, in order to release any insecurities, any power struggles, jealousy, or any other intimacy issues when it comes to self-expression. I feel this is the week to allow them to surface and to clear them once and for all, because we really are being pushed to restore that balance in our lives. So the energy really is about love, soul love. And if you are in a situation where there's a lack of reciprocity, it's time to release, to step into oneness, into the physical reality. So that's what I have for the astrology aspects. Let's dig in with some cards for the week ahead. And we will, of course, start off digging into the divine masculine's energy. And I am using the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck to start. So we will see what other messages need to come through for the Divine Masculine Collective for the week ahead. What else do we need to be aware of stemming around the Divine Masculine's energy for the week ahead? Protection. I do feel the masculine is like cutting cords left, right, and center. And there is a need for the masculine to really instill those firm boundaries, emotional, physical, and energetic boundaries, because I do feel there's a lot of lot being purged and cleansed out of the masculine's life. A lot is being removed, not by choice. These negative people, these negative behaviors and circumstances, without a doubt, are being purged and cleansed in the energy this week, because the masculine knows he needs to step into imparting his spiritual wisdom. There's a lot of ancestral communication, I feel, surrounding the masculine. And I do feel the masculine is going into meditation in order to listen to what the guides have to say. I do feel a lot of over-processing in the headspace. And the masculine really is trying to calm the mind in order to open up to this communication from spirit. And I do feel forgiveness is key. The masculines really have held on to this bitterness. And I feel the masculine is learning to offer forgiveness, forgiveness of self, forgiveness of the divine feminine, forgiveness of all of the karmic connections, in order to embrace liberating his heart from this pain of a separation. So what needs to come through for the divine feminine for the week ahead, please? Good morning, everybody. What needs to come through for the divine feminine? Fear. So where do you fear that deep, intimate union? I do feel a lot of illusions as well being shattered in the feminine's mind space as the feminine releases fear and expectation. A lot of signs and synchronicities, without a doubt. Like I talked about, the number sequences. 222 has been big for me. 888, 999. So pay attention to the signs. I do feel the feminine really is encouraged to go into that solitary energy as well, to release any distractions, to go deep within some quiet introspection this week, to disconnect and to just be in the energy as the masculine goes through this chaos and conflict. And I do feel, get ready for the masculine to reach out, to share with you what he's learned, what he's shed, and I feel what he's attained through this experience. And I do feel with the self-actualization, I do feel the feminine really is stepping into her fullest potential this week, really embracing her core strengths and using them for her advantage. Combined energy on the bottom of the deck, seeker. So there is this deep yearning for more knowledge, for spiritual knowledge, for stepping into being a student for life. And there really is this strong pull for this deeper sense of existence, this higher love, this deeper love, and this deeper meaning in life. So let's pull some cards with the Fallen Angels deck. Beautiful deck. We'll see what needs to come through for the masculine, because we are paying that karma for the timeline of the fallen angels for our ancestors. So what needs to come through on the divine masculine side, please, with the Fallen Angels deck? What other messages need to come through for the divine masculine for the week ahead? When I was pulling into my own situation, there was a lot of upheaval energy coming through the masculine, a lot of tower energy. So we do get seduction with danger, and that is that karmic energy trying to seduce the masculine into these lower negative vibrations. And I do feel the masculine is needing to use his discretion and to come from a place of honesty, to bring it to the cross, to release this deception, to release these lower ego desires. And there is going to be some danger stemming around the toxic connection. A lot of these karmic energies seduce the masculine through sexuality, but I do think there's going to be major upheaval in the masculine's life. Yeah, upheaval twice. So this really is a part of his revolution into embracing harmony. So what needs to come through for the divine feminine? Conflict. So be willing to face any inner conflict stemming around fear when it comes to perhaps the masculine coming back still in this very deceptive energy. Wow, the cards are flying everywhere. Yeah, I do feel a revolution for the feminine as well. There is a need for respite, because I do feel the feminine is really being drained in the energy, feeling exhausted. There is going to be some exposure to this deceptive energy, and I do feel the masculine is preparing to come forward with that honest communication. Yeah, get ready for changes and developments within these connections, and just embrace the mystery at hand, because harmony is being restored within these connections this week. So let's see what kind of sacred activations need to come through for the masculine. What sacred activations are coming through on the masculine side for the week ahead? Okay, sacred activations, please. Heart chakra, without a doubt. That heart expansion, that heart awakening. And the energy really is bringing this unconscious energy to the surface for the masculine to open up his heart, to support this capacity to love deeply and to love unconditionally. And there is a lot of healing taking place within the masculine's world this week. Harmonization of the mind, the body, and the soul. And there is a lot of magic surrounding the masculine, stemming around his beliefs. So I feel a paradigm shift around his belief patterns, releasing this toxicity, embracing his sense of self-worth, really tapping into his spiritual gifts and talents, and his strong connection with Source and the Divine Feminine. And I feel magic is all around the masculine, and the energy really is supporting the masculine's ability to grow and expand beyond these limitations, to move towards the limitless possibilities that the twins share. And it is pushing the masculine to come forward with a grand expression as this profound change takes place. And I do feel manifestation energies. For the feminine, we get synergy. So it is about allowing yourself to receive. It is about stepping into acceptance of healing. And there is a lot surrounding the feminine that's not been seen before, stemming around these unions. So I do feel a lot of union energy coming through, and we are being reminded to embrace these unfamiliar energies so that these new exciting co-creations can come forward. And I do feel the feminine is on the precipice of giving birth to this new reality, really closing out the trauma wounds of these cycles, a 29 card healing. And the energy is supporting the feminine to restore her overall sense of wholeness by consciously co-creating with the universe and allowing ourselves to embrace all of these senses in and around us as everything kind of harmonizes according to divine will. And get ready for a tantric sex journey, because the divine masculine's on the bottom of the deck, and the divine masculine is getting focused, is restoring his strength, and is getting ready to express himself with kindness, wisdom, and love. And I feel there is going to be a sexual encounter as the twins kind of come together in that physical union. We are able to then reach this state of inner wholeness, outer wholeness, and completion of these cycles through this sexual experience with the divine masculine. Let's see what needs to come through with the Akashic Tarot today on the masculine's end. What else can you tell me about the divine masculine's energy? Uriel and the Sphinx, 21 card, closing of cycles. There is this divine union taking place on the masculines, and I feel beautiful. It is like that union of souls coming through, will, wisdom, and mind. So divine will is at play as the masculine taps into his own co-creative energies, magician energies, and there's that lookout. So, you know, his world really is going up in flames as all of this ancient Akashic wisdom is restored. And, you know, he does see the feminine as that oracle in the energy. So what needs to come through for the divine feminine for the week ahead, please? The divine feminine, please. That one wants to come out. Okay, the karmic trenches for the feminine. So I feel one last go around. This really is the finale when it comes to clearing the karmic bondage. And I do feel with the summer and winter, and we are just going into winter where I'm at. So I feel there's going to be a flip in the energies because the feminine truly is this scribe. So divine feminine, you are encouraged without a doubt to share your story, to put that message out there, because with the Hilarion, this is a higher commitment. There's a lot of spiritual protection surrounding the twins as the masculine comes into his Akashic keys. and embraces paths unknown, stepping into the garden gateway with the feminine, really, you know, getting those roots grounded, because the feminine truly is the divine masculine's muse. We'll see what needs to come through for the twins with the Psychic Tarot. What other energies need to come through this week for the twins? Transformation and balance, temperance. We do have all of the tools to embrace the next leg of this journey. I do feel it's time to release self-sacrificing. There's without a doubt transformation in the energy for both counterparts. I do feel a lot of third eye energy coming through, and there is a need to trust in your intuition stemming around these connections. Let's get some tarot, and we'll dig into the masculine side first. I am using the Mythic Tarot today for the Divine Masculine. So we'll dig into the masculine with the tarot first. Strength. I kind of feel the masculine is really leaning on the strength of the feminine at this time. As I say that, the Empress flips out. So, you know, there's been a lack of truth. The masculine is experiencing a huge loss in the energy. We do get the Ace of Swords reversed, the Ace of Pentacles reversed. You know, we do have the Eight of Cups. I do feel the masculine really is trying to find his strength. I kind of feel the feminine really has made peace and walked away from this lack of truth, this lack of abundance. And I do feel the masculine is experiencing complete and total financial ruin in the energies with the Ten of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles for that lack of reciprocity. And there is going to be a huge release in the energy. I feel huge missed opportunity is coming up in the masculine's life for walking away from the feminine. I think there's a lot of harvest energy surrounding the feminine, and there is a lot of illumination stemming around closing out these worldly cycles. I love this World card. That is the union of souls, everything coming full circle, and the masculine is going deep within that embedded trauma, that core wound. Releasing these patterns is kind of what I feel. Is there anything else that needs to come through for the masculine on this energy read for the week ahead? Anything else that needs to come through for the masculine? That's it. Okay. Justice reversed. I feel checkmate. The time is now for justice to be restored. The masculine did abuse his authority and his powers in the past. And I do feel there's going to be a huge towering moment because the masculine has, you know, avoided going into the depths of this pain, of this disconnection. And there's that tower. There is about to be betrayal in the energy, that final nail in the coffin for the masculine. Huge towering moment because there is fated destined change, and the wheel is spinning the masculine forward to cut through these illusions, to cut through the fog, to send a message. Because the masculine is going down this week, I feel, with the Emperor reversed. And the time is now with the Seven of Pentacles for this healing to commence. We will use the Tarot of the Divine, and we will dig into the Divine Feminine's energy. What messages need to come through for the Divine Feminine for the week ahead with the Tarot? What can you tell me about the Divine Feminine's energy, please? Pretty quiet. What do we need to be aware of for the Divine Feminine, please, for the week ahead? I don't know. Maybe it's a mystery, Divine Feminine. We get one card out for you. Ace of Wands. So, brand new beginning, passion reignited. The time is now for this new beginning, I feel. Is there anything else that needs to come through for the Divine Feminine? King of Wands, the Sun. So, that is the masculine, you know, embracing the Phoenix energy, rising like the Phoenix. A lot of illumination. Yeah, there's that final judgment energy. Wow. Justice and the King of Cups. So the masculine is facing the dragon to get the gold. There is justice coming your way. There is this reconciliation coming through, that final judgment energy, another layer of awakening as the twins embrace this brand new creative endeavor, leaving the past behind, leaving the betrayal behind, and stepping into that higher level of commitment with the Hierophant. That was beautiful. So let's keep going and see what else needs to come through for the twins with the gilded Lenormand deck first, and then we will dig in with the Kipper deck. All right, that death energy coming through, and it is an 8 card. So, you know, it is the energy of what goes around comes around. The feminine went through this very painful ego death at the beginning of the connection, and now that things are coming full circle, the masculine is experiencing this ego death. The 3 of Wands energy coming through with the ship. So the time is now. There's no more delay. Yeah, the time is now. I feel... I'm hearing sound the alarm, sound the alarm. The alarm's been the alarm's been sent, and this is about a higher level of commitment and engagement as the masculine goes through this maze of distortion, opening up his Akashic records, because the time is now to reap this harvest. And I feel the masculine's been trying to find the right words to say to you, perhaps getting ready to send a letter, because his life force energy has been activated. He's been bitten by that snake, and the time is now for the twins to reap this harvest. What else needs to come through with the Kipper deck for the twins for the week ahead, please? The main female just flipped out with the Thief. So that's that karmic energy, pretending to be the main female, stealing, likely theft in the energy. There is that higher level of commitment on the table, and I feel the masculine is deep in thought, because he knows how much toil and labor and how much work this is going to take to restore a sense of trust with the divine feminine in these energies. Is there any other messages that need to come through? Okay. I do believe sudden wealth for the feminine, divine inheritance, windfalls coming through, 777, as the masculine goes through this ego death, this fall from grace, and steps into his maturity, stepping into high honor. So we will see what else needs to come through with the Crystal Medicine Oracle deck today. Retreat and I am presence, because we are going through deep ancestral healing. The roots the twins share run so very deep, and we are all needing to become very present in the energy as this portal gateway is wide open. We are needing to retreat from any outside sources, because we are both stepping into self-mastery and our spiritual teaching roles within the collective, the wolf. So be willing to go deep within the energies to find that inner light, to find your own inner wisdom, because reflection is going to be key as we go through this deep cleansing process this week. What else needs to come through for the divine masculine, please, with the Love Oracle deck? What else needs to come through for the divine masculine, please? Keys on a ring and soulmates. Beautiful. So, you know, this is a soul contract that the twins agreed upon, a deep, deep soulmate connection. Yes, it is unconventional, and I feel the masculine's getting ready to release that one-night stand string along with the karmic energy. He's about to become the chaser as he faces the golden mirror of all of his narcissistic tendencies, his self-adoration, this self-absorbed energy, and I feel a lot is being reflected in the energies for the masculine to embrace this higher soul contract. What needs to come through on the divine feminine side, please? Just the one energy, heart with the key. You need to be open to welcoming the masculine in. I do feel, open your heart. There will be a get-together very soon. Yes, this is the one, and yes, this is stemming around unconditional love, divine feminine, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. So I feel releasing the false contracts, getting grounded in stability, security, growth, endurance, and we are going to need to be flexible in the energies this week. Let's get some twin flame oracle messages. What do we need to be aware of with the twin flame oracle deck, please? Limitations and underlying blocks and attachments all just flew on the masculine side, blocked. And that's what I called with the astrology. The masculine is feeling very blocked. I'm kind of like backed into a corner in order to get him to speak his truth to open up to this connection, because there's a lot of negative attachments that the masculine is needing to cut cords with in order to start new with love, to release these program belief patterns and these underlying blocks and limitations. What needs to come through for the feminine side, please? Please be patient, Divine Feminine. I do feel patience is key. We might need a little bit more time to maybe go through our own unresolved issues with our mother or our father. And I feel that is being brought into the connection surfacing in order to, you know, embrace this twin soul recognition. Because, yes, this is your true counterpart. Yes, this is true unconditional love. And there's a lot being cleansed in the energy this week in order for us to open up the flow between us and our counterpart. We're going to close off the reading with a couple love oracle messages. We'll see what other messages need to come through for the week ahead for the twins. What other messages need to come through for the week ahead? All right, tell me more, please. Tell me more. All right, what do we got here? We have... Okay, I do feel a lot of death energy coming through. You know, with this card, it is saying if you love something, let it go. If it comes back to you, it was truly meant to be. So don't fear releasing, Divine Feminine. The second you embrace releasing is the second the masculine can return. I do feel the masculine is going through a major ego death. Some people will die for love, while others will die because they have lost it. And I do feel the masculine is finally feeling the loss of the feminine in the energy, embracing this ego death energy, because it does only take 1 second to say I love you, but it does truly take a lifetime to say how much. And I think it will take a lifetime for the masculine to, you know, balance these scales with the Divine Feminine, because once you see into somebody's soul, you truly are connected forever. And this is a connection that is infinite and can never be broken. So when it comes to true love, we always do want the best for the other person. And when it comes to romantic love, you know, it is about, you know, doing what is best for the other person. And I feel the masculine right now is being hated in the energy. I think he feels the feminine hates him. And I think he fears not being loved for who he truly is. So love truly is an angel disguised as lust. So I do feel a lot of lustful temptations coming forward for the masculine. And, you know, the karmic really has disguised that quite well. But I do feel masks are about to be removed in the energy this week, because, you know, the twins truly are earth angels. And when we are separate, we only have one wing. But when we come together and embrace one another, we can fly together. So love truly is a single soul that inhabits 2 bodies. And I feel a lot of integration between the twins for the week ahead. And that's what I have for the weekly forecast. If you would like to book a personal reading, I do want to mention I only have a couple time slots left. 1 space available tomorrow and a couple available on Wednesday. And after that, I will not be booking anybody in until the new year, after the kids go back from winter break. So keep that in mind. Very, very limited in space. And I also want to mention, book through email or through Messenger for me. Do not use the book now button on Facebook, because it is not working. So pay attention to that. I always need to have a message first and foremost in order to confirm a booked time slot. So with that being said, I look forward to the week ahead. Let's get through this energy shift. We are in, you know, the final home stretch of all of these energies. So let's get grounded. Let's hold that space together as we step into oneness within the collective. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.